Good morning, everyone. All right, so I definitely took a little bit of a hiatus after my last cooking video. Lack of motivation. Yeah. I'm sure everyone else can relate to that, seeing as we're all going through a shared traumatic event right now. For today, I wanted to bring you guys a recipe that you might actually be able to find ingredients for, because that is a growing problem, that people are not able to find flour, butter, eggs, yeast. Still can't find yeast. It has been literally 2 months since I've been able to find yeast. And so I thought it would make sense to make a recipe that you could actually find ingredients for, starting with carrots. Just got at our local farmer's market, which we're actually lucky enough that it is still open in some way. So it's actually open entirely online, and they're doing pickups twice a week, and right now it is booming. Like, they're getting over 300 orders for each day, which is incredible for the farmers, because they had to close the market because of the pandemic. So for them to actually have an opportunity to still sell what they have been growing is really great, because I couldn't even imagine just the stress and what the farmers are going through right now, let alone everyone, but particularly the farmers, and not knowing what's going to happen. Farmers markets still aren't open. Are they going to have a business? Are they going to have an income? So many questions, and there's so many areas in the world and the workforce that are facing these questions, and it's not just them, but we like to support them when we can, so that's where we get our carrots. And we have 2 pounds here, but I'm probably not going to use all 2 pounds of them. I'll probably use maybe a pound, maybe about 6 carrots. Hard to say. I'll show you though. This is flour, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of a trick here. So if you're struggling to find any of your normal flour, I'll give you a few tips on using other things to make flour. So if you have any oats, literally oats of any kind, quick oats, rolled oats, long cooking oats, steel cut oats, anything, whatever you have. If you have a blender, if you have a food processor, if you have, and you can make oat flour. And it's going to be a bit different than some other flours in terms of density and how it cooks, but for the most part, I'd say it is pretty comparable to whole wheat flour, which is what I'm going to be using in these muffins today. And you can also get oats that are gluten-free, and then this recipe would be gluten-free too. So this we found at our Sobeys. It was quite hard to find, I will say that. I've just been kind of picking away at it, but luckily the farmer's market here actually has some flour that they sell, oat flour and whole wheat. So if you're in Nova Scotia, HRM, definitely look into that. I will include a link in the description below for this farmer's market, and they're still doing deliveries right now to the city, so you can get flour there. We have flaxseed meal. Now this I have been seeing running out, but if you go into the natural section of your grocery store, you will probably find more, and it's about the same price. So I paid about $3.99 for this, and still non-GMO, but I don't think it's explicitly organic, which I normally would get in the PC kind because it's the same price, but that was sold out. So flaxseed meal or ground flaxseed can actually be used as an egg replacer in baking. So eggs, you don't eat them for baking, save them for food because you probably need it. So save your eggs, get some flaxseed if you can, and you just need 1 tablespoon to make an egg. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water. And you're just gonna mix that into a little bowl, put it in the fridge, and you will have an egg. We have some oil. Now, this coconut oil, if you have it, but I know that this is going to be a lot harder to find for some people than, say, vegetable oil would be. So if you don't have vegetable oil, you can also use applesauce, coconut oil. You can use melted butter. basically any oil that doesn't have a strong flavor to it. So I would avoid olive oil, avoid sesame oil, like those things, you know those things. But yeah, avoid anything with a strong taste. And then we have, I'm using brown sugar. So I'm just at the bottom of each of them, so I'm just gonna see what happens. But you can use dark brown sugar or light brown sugar. It doesn't really matter. It's just gonna change kind of the carameliness to it. So I really like using dark brown sugar. It makes a really, really nice taste and just makes it delicious. So you can try that. And then you're also gonna need a bit of sugar as well. Be replaced with honey or maple syrup or agave if you'd like. Totally your preference. Sugar is also kind of hard to find right now, so if you do have honey, even just no-name table syrup, like you can get away with that. I have done it in baking. I'm just gonna be using regular ground cinnamon, some vanilla. You're just gonna want some baking soda as well to help rise with the muffins. In terms of getting your pans ready, I personally use these little silicone muffin cups that I ordered on Amazon maybe a year or two ago. I'll link those below, but if you just have a normal baking sheet, you can even just put these the muffin batter directly into the pan. It's very moist and I've had no problem with it sticking. They usually pop right out of these. So I don't have enough to make 24, so I'm just gonna line one pan with the muffin liners and then use my muffin sheet without these. You'll see. Let's get to it. To start, I usually just like to get the flax eggs started just because it takes about 10 minutes for them to kind of get all gooey and egg-like. So you're just gonna take 4 flattened tablespoons. And then per tablespoon of flaxseed, you're actually gonna wanna use 3 tablespoons of water. So we have 4 tablespoons of flaxseed, so we're gonna be using 12 tablespoons of water. Did I do math correctly? I don't know, yes. Okay, so now that the flax eggs are set aside, I'm gonna start grating the carrots, just because those also take a bit of time and they're one of the last ingredients, so it's just a bit easier to grate them before you kind of start. And then you can just go making muffins. Here we go. So we're gonna start out just peeling 5 at the moment, and then we'll see if we need the last 3. Since we live in an apartment, we keep our compost in the freezer. Life hack, it doesn't smell. I want to add about a cup of ground sugar. Very rough. I usually do about half to 3/4 cups of sugar. But if you like it sweeter, you can do more. It is over 24 muffins, so I usually try and spread it out. Some vanilla. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. One in a splash. So now I'm gonna mix these together. And if you have one, you're gonna want to switch to a spatula, but if not, I would just switch to a spoon. How are you? It's a little bent. And we're just going to do dry ingredients first. Okay, so this was with a fork, and it really was not bad at all. So yeah, you use a fork for sure. Dump that in. Here's me realizing I forgot to put the oil on. There we go. So this, hopefully now should mix. And that's it. Hi, mister. Good morning. Hi, sweet man. Hello. You smell the baking, don't you? Hi, sweet guy. He's like, don't touch me. Don't. I choose when you pet me. Yes. You're gonna end up with something like this. It is quite thick. But you're gonna have about 24 muffins now. So let's go. All right, we got these bad bees ready to go in the oven. It is so dirty, but I'm cleaning it tomorrow, so it's fine. So just gonna put those in. If I'm cooking 2 trays of something, I try and cook them as evenly as possible. So I might flip them halfway, and by flip, I mean put the one tray on top and put the other tray on the bottom. Go. I'm just gonna start with 35 minutes.